Dan, I don't see this happen in any other sport where, like, yeah, there's always going to be the curmudgeons, the old guys, like, man, these young guys didn't do it like us. Yeah, there are going to be young guys who are like, oh, man, I wish I could pitch to Babe Ruth. I'd strike him out in 2 pitches or whatever, right? Like, there's always going to be those, but you don't hear it at the pinnacle. At the pinnacle, we don't do that. And again, this is tied into every conversation we've had about, oh, the NBA ratings, NBA PR, whatever. Like, man, at some point, the commissioner's office, you can't control everybody. You can't control Gil's Arena. You can't control Oddball. You can't control those fringe places.
You can't control Stephen A. Smith either.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because that network broadcasts your stuff. I can't call in everybody. I can call in everyone from ESPN doing their NBA stuff. I can call in the best player in the game. I could call in Steph. I could call in LeBron. He can. You know how I know he can, Dan? Because David Stern did that all the time.
Yes, but it's a different age, and the two people. No,
is it still money? Is it still money?
It is still money, but I will tell you, having run into these clashes at ESPN with Rob Manfred, who was trying to control what I was saying, that ESPN could not do that to me. And while Stephen A. is the only person at that company who has told me on the phone after a conflict with that company, hey, Dan, you can't go against the company, I would say that Stephen A.'s present power is such that he could absolutely buck the people involved. And if Adam Silver calls him, I'd say he's got a responsibility to report that he's got a responsibility to tell people that Adam Silver has called him and tried to mute the conflict as a journalist.
I'm curious. By the way, let it be out. Let it be out. Who cares? Like, yes, yeah, I said it. I told him this is shameful. I told LeBron this is shameful. Yeah, if I'm Adam Silver, yeah, I called them. That's my job. That's my job. I'm curious. Maybe we should call Skipper and ask him. I wonder what kind of language is in the broadcast deal. Because it's not just, here's money, you guys do our stuff, have at it, say whatever the hell you want.
No, Stephen A.
There's language in there where it's like, hey, man, you want us to take you to court on this?
ESPN is a good corporate partner. Stephen A. is a good corporate partner. But we disagree on what's good and bad for business here, and we disagree on what it is Adam Silver should do, because you think this is bad for the game, and you're not actually wrong, but it's good for their television partner. It's great for their television partner. In fact, I'm going to say that LeBron James went to McAfee. Like, that's Indiana. LeBron James doesn't do that. LeBron James
played the Pacers.
They play the Pacers.
I know, but I'm saying LeBron James doesn't get into a car and go somewhere into a warehouse away from where it is that the arena is in order to do an interview for an hour, unless you're trying to please a corporate partner. That's not doing a favor for
corporate partner. Dan, you're so naive sometimes, man. Yo, you think he went there because he's like, I need to do a solid for ESPN? Do you think he did that, or did he do, I want to take a shot at Stephen A. on his ground, right? He went to McAfee's show. Remember the same show that when he was like, F this Adrian Wojnarowski guy, what am I going to do? I'm going to be Sham Sharani, who doesn't work here, every week, right? It's not an accident. It's not an accident. Like, Pat McAfee is the space that if you want to take a shot at someone at ESPN, this is the safe space on ESPN's airwaves where they're going to let you say whatever you want. So, because people ask me, man, LeBron, why didn't he go to Gil's Arena? Gil's his guy. He trained his son. Why didn't he go there to say those things? Why didn't he go to All the Smoke? Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, those guys, they got a great relationship. Why didn't he go to Uninterrupted? Why didn't he go to Knuckleheads with Q Rich?
Shannon Sharpe.
Why didn't he go Shannon Sharpe? Why did he go to the white guy, Pat McAfee? And I said, guys, it's not about white or black. It's not about who's his boy, who's his not. He wanted to do the nuclear strike from inside the building, not from miles and miles away.
I recognize that. I like doing that.
So that's why he went there, right? And I know they're going to say, oh, Amin doesn't know what he's talking about. But, man, like, some of these things are pretty obvious.
You say it's obvious and you say that I'm naive, but what I did assume, because that's what happened when we got LeBron in that time slot, is they give you, like, there is the 10-1, they give you some things to play with so that you could create a bigger entity that becomes the thing after First Take that you need it to be. Like, you cannot say that that is not all good for ESPN, all of it.
It's good for ESPN in the short term, right? Other than whatever internal politics now that they have to traverse based on however Stephen A. might feel about friendly fire and all those things, right? But it's not good if your corporate partner, whose rights you like are making money off of, comes to you and says, "What the F? What are you guys doing?" That's when it ceases to be good. In the same way that everything is great as long as nobody complains about it, right? Sure. Oh, yeah, no, I cheat on my wife all the time. How does she feel about it? Well, she doesn't know, but she's fine. But then when she finds out, you're like, oh, man, that was a bad move. Yeah, of course it was a bad move. So that's the thing. It's like that it's incumbent on Adam Silver to be the spouse who does not allow tomfoolery in the house. Does not allow it.
You don't want to make an enemy out of me.
Yeah, and there's that. Sure. I mean, look, I don't want, as this is an exciting end to our season, we're going into the playoffs. Legitimately, nobody knows who's going to win the championship. There are a lot of like real contenders. I actually booked my hotels. We did a bit on the show.
Ooh, which one?
I booked them all. I do this every year. I book my hotels for the finals, guessing where the finals might be. And this year, for the first time, I had like 9 different cities. And because I don't know who's going to be the number 1 overall seed or who's going to have home court advantage, I had to do multiple permutations. It's really, that's what's great for the sport. That's what's great for the sport. And all of our big players are in play. Steph Curry is back in play. LeBron James is in play. Nikola Jokic is in play. All of these things, the Celtics, everybody. Instead, we're going to do this. And I know what people are going to say. I mean, well, you guys could just talk about that right now. Why are you talking about this? Because I know all of the talk today is going to be about, man, I can't believe Stephen A. said he would have swung on, man, I can't believe that. It's not about what they said. It's the fact that they're saying it. Like, hey, group chat it. Go do that behind the scenes.
You understand, though, what I'm saying to you?
You're saying what you're saying to me is if it bleeds, it leads. Like you're doing trash, like lowest common denominator stuff. When you say it's good,
I am doing what ESPN is doing, which is what do the people want? What do the people want? Not what's good for the sport. Like this is the conflict is your television partners with somebody, but this is dream scenario on a Wednesday when there's not a lot going on. Your big guy is fighting the league's big guy in a way that makes for good media that I guarantee you the ratings go up on when McAfee is interviewing LeBron and he is saying those things. And no, so
of course.
But this is the conflict in the partnership. It's the conflict. And it's the conflict in the world happening around the partnership as the sport feels like it deteriorates a little bit because it's storylines and highlights instead of games. Like you're not wrong that it can be a poison.
You're not wrong in that. Yes, ESPN is like, I'm in the money. I got a lot of what it takes to get. They're doing that for sure. I'm telling you, Adam Silver should not be doing that. Adam Silver should be like, no, in the same way that someone who cheats on their spouse could be like, yo, I'm having sex everywhere. Why are you so mad? This is great for me. It's not great for me, the spouse who's getting cheated on.
It's not a good analogy because
there's
not a lot of money being made by your corporate partner while you're having sex with other people.
What do you mean?
Depends on the industry.
The sex is the money here, Dan. The sex is the currency, right? I'm getting more of this currency of sex.
Your corporate partners with somebody, and what is bad for your game is good for you. That's the conflict.
And my point is, the person it's bad for can open their mouth and say, hey, this is bad for me. Stop doing it. That's the point.
I don't know what that accent
was. What was that voice?
There's been so many voices. There was a German accent before.
The grandfather was German when you asked about the story about
Ezra.
Yeah.
Grandpapa.
Where do we land on the shake situation? Can it be shakes if it's green or no?
Oh, smoothies.
We made it a poll question. This is a democracy. The people decide. Which one are you having? You're having. You're
this one's peanut butter, which I also think is not a smoothie because it's not fruit nor green.
Yeah, that's a milkshake.
Peanut butter.
It's got banana in it though.
Oh, now it's a smoothie. That's the rule.
Play Stephen A. again with the haunting threat.
You don't want to make an enemy out of me.